Bafethu. PA mayoral candidate Liam Jacobs vows to make Cape Town accessible for all with 12 rand bus tickets. Brandon Nell wrote the story. So he's the mayoral candidate in Cape Town, this Liam Jacobs, and he was the member of the Democratic Alliance. He switched floors. When you take her on date, everything seems perfectly fine and you fall in love, but on the second date she becomes the person your mother warned you about. That is how Leon Jacobs, the Patriotic Alliance PA mayoral candidate for Cape Town, described the city as it is today. And though he is only 24 years old, the former ANC and DA man has already made a name for himself as a straight-talking politician with a no-nonsense attitude. This guy is young for to be a politician, and he's perfect. He's very perfect. Yeah, we need to go in politics at a very young age, guys, because this is our future. This is our future. We can't let these grannies and old people who decide for us. And you can see that they don't have our best interest at heart. So people like Abu Jacob need to be supported. The city presented to the world is beautiful, full of heart. The East Wild firebrand MP said, but the reality for ordinary resident was very different. The rent is high, commuting is expensive, and safety is a concern. And people have been crying a lot about this in Cape Town. That Cape Town caters to a lot of international tourists with dollars and euros. So now they're trying to match that standard. So South African cannot afford that. Cannot afford, because we're using rands and our currency is weaker than those currencies I just mentioned. In an interview on Monday, Jacob spoke about his lofty goals for Cape Town, a city he hoped to lead as a first citizen after he predicted would be sweeping defeat for the incumbent administration in the next local elections. The elections will be held sometimes between November 2, 2026 and January 31, 2027. From slashing my city bus tickets to just 12 rand, no matter where you are going, to capping household bills for working class families at 5 to 7% of their income, to a vacancy tax to free up unused properties, Jacobs is promising a Cape Town that lives up to his slogan, a city for all of us. Make Cape Town cheaper for everyone. My concern is nothing else but to make the lives of the ordinary Cape Townians better and better, Jacobs, who joined the PA 3 months ago, said. We will be in community on a daily basis, actively working to change the city. Jacobs was born and raised in Kimberley and studied philosophy and politics and economics at the University of Pretoria. And this mayoral thing and this keeper, don't you become a mayor where you grow up, where you really know the place. These things. He quickly made a name for himself national after posting a viral TikTok videos that laid bare the symbolic state of some parts of SA and failed government projects. It was those videos that made him a recognizable face. He came to Cape Town as a young politician, spending time in communities across the city to see what works and what does not. Cape Town currently is not one city said. There is a Cape Town built for the elite and ultra wealth, and there's Cape Town for the rest of Cape Townians, where life is unsafe, where rent is too much, and where rates and taxes are out of control. Abu Kem's Bay, Constantia. Affordability, he said, was the city's biggest challenge. Commuting, according to him, eats up a large portion of salaries. People pay 30 rand and 40 rand to go literally around the corner. That is money that could go to food, rent, or savings, he said. Hey, Jacob, even everywhere, Jacobs, everywhere, bruh. Live. Data shows that where you introduce a flat fare, ridership goes up, more people take the bus and congestion decreases. Public transport will be expanded so people can move around safely and affordability. Municipality bills were another pressure point. Jacob said he wanted to cap household bills for middle and lower income families and at 5 to 7% of the income. This is going to help us a lot because it is going to improve the revenue rates collection in the city itself. You would have more people that would put their hands up, more people that would then comply, and then more revenue for the city itself. The tax burden would be shifted to foreign-owned luxury properties and vacant properties to make up for their lost income. The measure will be set up to protect families in Boskap, Salt River, and so on from being victims of the city's current vicious rates regime. Under my government, ordinary Cape Townians will be protected. Housing, he said, was the most urgent problem. Eish, guys, me cook say Cape Town, sheikhs that are in Cape Town, informal settlements, it's embarrassing. For a city like Cape Town, inequality there is ridiculously high. The government is building box-sized homes for families in areas designed by the apartheid regime while selling land to developers for homes our people can't afford, he said. This is the reason that I say the ANC sold out the people. The ANC continued to do exactly what the apartheid was doing. Exactly. Creating townships. The ANC sold us out. I will also introduce a rental regulatory authority to freeze the rent in areas where rent is spiraling out of control. He instead proposed inclusionary housing, upgrading formal settlements, protecting backyard dwellers, and introducing a vacant tax on unused properties. We need to speed up delivery and help first-time owners with a city-backed mortgage guaranteed fund. Everyone deserves a leg up. Safety is another top priority, he said. Jacob said the current administration over policy black and colored areas without addressing root cause of crime. They criminalize the existence of ordinary residents without addressing the social problems that is at the root of gangsterism, drug and gang violence, he said. Exact, which is unemployment and inequality. His approach to tackling the city's ills combined with policing, with social interventions such as counseling, social workers and community programs aimed at breaking the cycle of crime. We will break the pipeline of gangsterism. We will provide opportunities and intervention before it is too late. Exactly. Our youth, they need to be kept busy at a young age, guys. We need to be kept, our mind need to be kept busy at a very young age. Jacobs, who during his tenure as an DAMP served on sports and arts and culture portfolio committee, said arts, sports and after-school programs also played a role in his vision. Cape Town is a hub for creatives, but it is currently an environment not conducive to creatives staying here for long, he said. So guys, there's a lot that he said, but what you have heard that the guy, his aim is to do when he becomes a mayor. Do you think he's just waffling like all other politicians who want power? When he gets into power, he wants to do all these things he's talking about. I say we need to give him a chance, man. That's what I'm saying. Because he's young. If he messes up, he will live another 50 years to see what he has done, rather than vote for someone who's 75, who might leave the earth anytime. Anyway, guys, please subscribe, please like. This is Azanian Politics. This is your boy Sam. See you in the next video.